Good morning. Welcome back to Kelly Kuhn PT for our first video in the Move Anywhere, Anytime series. This series is going to be for people who are struggling to find movement in their daily life. Either they're just not finding time to get into a formal exercise program, or maybe you're exercising, but it's not enough to counteract what's going on during the day. Maybe we're sitting at a computer a lot during the day, or we're just not getting the movement we need and we're starting to feel it a little bit. So these are little tips and tricks to kind of sneak in movement throughout the day. I still want to encourage regular exercise, but for some people, this might just be a place to start. And sometimes we just need to start. So this first exercise is called the chin tuck. And this is to help our neck. We can use it for people who have TMJ or jaw pain, headaches, neck pain, even some pain going down the arm, upper back pain, shoulder pain, and it can even help our breathing a little bit. So most of the day we are looking forward. Everything we're doing is in front of us. So we spend a good portion of our day with our neck kind of pulled forward or looking down. And if you think of what we do all day, we're sitting at computers, we're on smartphones, no judgment because I'm doing it too. We're, cooking, we're doing dishes, all requiring us to look forward or down, okay? And our brain is designed to pull us forward and closer to what we're working on so that we can focus on it. So it's not bad for us to go into that position. It's not necessarily bad for us to be in this position. It's bad for us to be in that position for so much of the day. We are there for such long periods of time without moving out of it. So if we can kind of teach ourselves to move out of that position, even just for a few seconds, frequently throughout the day, we might feel a lot better in some of those areas I mentioned before. So the chin tuck, it seems like a silly little simple exercise, but it is very effective. We're going to just move the opposite direction from the direction we're moving all day long. So I'm just going to turn sideways to show you how it works, okay? So a chin tuck is just you sit up tall and you're just going to move your head straight back, okay? And some tips with the chin tuck are that you want to move back all the way. We need the full range of motion. So you want to go straight back until you see your sternum start to rise. Now, I don't want you, a lot of people will kind of look down and do the chin tuck, or they'll try to look up. They'll do everything they can to not move back. So if you're struggling with it, you can take this little part of your hand here and just place it under your nose. And you're just guiding it. You're not smashing it. Just kind of guide it straight back, okay? Give it a little overpressure to make sure you get to the full end range of motion. Sometimes that little guide is all we need. And then once you get the hang of it, you don't have to use the hand. Some little tips or cues that might help you master the chin tuck. I learned this one from Dr. E from Modern Manual Therapy when I took one of his courses, is to imagine that somebody's trying to kiss you and you don't want them to kiss you. So if you think about that, what you would think is somebody's trying to kiss you and you pull straight back as far as you can, and that would be a chin tuck. Another thing to imagine is that you're trying to listen to a conversation behind you and you don't want anyone to know you're listening. So you would just kind of sneakily pull back, and that's pulling into a chin tuck. So those are a couple things, if you're struggling to get it, that you can think about to help guide yourself with the chin tuck. So now once we get going with the chin tuck, we kind of want to do it throughout the day. Okay, and that's up to you to figure out how it works for you. But some tips are, some people like to just do a couple here and there. So every once in a while, just stop and do a chin tuck. Or some people are better at like, hey, it's been a while since I moved. Let me do 20 or 30 in a big group. And that just depends on your personality. But you want to use them a lot throughout the day, because by some estimates and research, it shows that we may flex forward over 1,000 times a day. So that's a lot of ground to make up. So you don't necessarily need to do 1,000 chin tucks a day, but we need to do quite a few to kind of counteract what we're doing throughout the day. So some tricks to get them in throughout the day is to set timers. You can set a timer for 20 minutes, and every 20 minutes or every hour, whatever works for you, do a few chin tucks. Some patients like to tie it to an activity. Maybe when you're washing your hands, every time you wash your hands, do a few chin tucks. Every time you send an email, do a chin tuck or two. Just finding little strategies to work them through the day. And you don't have to hold the chin tuck. You're just moving straight back, and you want to think triple chin and then let it go. So it's a quick motion that you can just sneak in throughout the day. Over time with this series, I'll show you some other ways to advance the chin tuck, but this is a good place for us to start. So give it a try. Leave me some feedback on how you're doing with it. And if you need any other help with any movement or pain or injury or running issues or TMJ and headache, give me a shout at Kelly Kuhn PT. And I hope you're doing well.